Part of the plan for Royal Caribbean to get cruises sailing again is to conduct a series of simulated sailings that are filled with volunteers. So does that mean Royal Caribbean will be knocking on your door to see if you want to cruise for free? I've got the full details up next. Hey everyone, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and the cruise world is abuzz with the news from Royal Caribbean that when it will resume sailings, it will need volunteers for those test cruises at some point later this year and or early next year. So does that mean Royal Caribbean is looking for someone like you or me to hop on board and test out their cruises? Not quite, but let's dissect what this all means. Last week, Royal Caribbean Senior Vice President of Sales, Trade Support, and Service, Vicky Freed, told travel agents that a combination of cruise line employees and volunteers would be used on board a series of test cruises in order to test out the new health and safety protocols. She said that while details aren't worked out yet, the company will have a number of trial cruises with volunteers and employees with the goal of convincing the CDC that cruise lines can restart operations. Freed told travel agents that it has not been decided how they'll pick the volunteers. Quote, "We haven't decided how we're going to select people at this point. I know it will be our employees. You must be 18 or older, but we will be looking possibly for volunteers," end quote. Now, the simulated voyages are part of a phased approach and must prove to the CDC that the lines have the ability to mitigate COVID risks on board their ships. After canceling the remaining 2020 cruises that were left in December, excluding, of course, Singapore, Freed said the first sailings in 2021 may be short voyages to Coco Key in the Bahamas, allowing the company to operate in its own bubble. Now, regardless of the cruise line's plans, many cruise fans have begun posting on social media and even contacting the cruise line to sign up as a volunteer. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Over on the Royal Caribbean blog message boards, we've gotten over 400 people who have posted they would be totally interested in volunteering for one of these test sailings. Now, let me be crystal clear. There has been no means of actually signing up to be a volunteer on any test Royal Caribbean sailing. Yes, you heard right. There is no way to actually sign up to be a volunteer. Moreover, an email from Royal Caribbean to a guest that was posted at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com shared that while this person was interested in being a volunteer, Royal Caribbean said that these test sailings are, quote, limited to current employees and members of our operational teams, end quote. So what this means is the word volunteer does not actually mean the cruise line is looking for regular people to go on test cruises. Whether or not that will change remains to be seen, of course, but as of right now, there is no way to sign up for any test sailings, nor is there any wait list or any way to be notified if that changes. While this probably is not what you wanted to hear, the good news is all these people that are eager to get back on cruise shows the cruise industry remains strong despite the shutdown for almost all of 2020. Royal Caribbean noted it was seeing pent-up demand with new bookings during its voluntary cruise shutdown. Royal Caribbean International President and CEO Michael Bailey told Wall Street analysts they were surprised by the level of demand for cruises to return to Singapore on Quantum of the season. There is plenty of demand to go around. Quote, "We were really quite surprised by the level of demand that came into the product of the winter season that we've got open," end quote, Mr. Bailey shared during a recent call with investors. Earlier this summer, Mr. Bailey spoke about the fact that many people want to make up for their lost 2020 fun with vacations in 2021. Quote, "I think a lot of people have written off this summer. They've decided they're not going to be a big summer vacation for all the reasons that we know. But people certainly want to have a vacation next year," end quote. If things change and there is an opportunity to sign up for any test sailings, I will be absolutely certain to post about it at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. But until then, we'll just have to wait for these revenue sailings to be approved by the CDC and for cruises to actually resume sailings. So with that being said, hypothetically, emphasis on hypothetically, because of course there is no way to sign up for these volunteer cruises and they might not even need us, but hypothetically, would you be interested in being a volunteer? Would you be the quote-unquote guinea pig and test out these protocols, which, by the way, I recommend you check out the protocols before you actually volunteer to be anybody's guinea pig. But are you interested in doing that? Because it seems like there are a lot of people, and I'll admit I'm one of those people, who would still, A, love to get back on a cruise ship, B, wouldn't mind testing out these protocols, and C, in the name of science and research, would love to donate our bodies in an effort to get back on a cruise. That is how much we miss it and love it. Let me know in the comments, though, what you think about these volunteer opportunities. And again, I think volunteer is being used to describe really anybody who's just not being paid to go on there, primarily, again, cruise line employees. But hey, who knows? It remains to be seen if they'll be doing, 3 test sailings or 30. For all we know, a lot can change in the next couple of weeks. So let me know in the comments what you think about these test sailings and volunteering, and hypothetically, if you had the chance, would you want to do it? And while you're down below this video, make sure you like this video. It really does help us out with the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications so that way YouTube lets you know when I have a brand new video to share about another hypothetical situation. This has been Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and we'll talk again real soon.